So for our ready problem, it says the same sequence is shown in a table and a graph. Indicate on the table where you see the rate of change, then draw on the graph where you see the rate of change. So in looking at that, we're going to take that a step further and also write the equation. So on here, my rate of change to go from 2 to 5, I am increasing by 3. So we're going up by 3 in the table. And we have to see, well, how do you see that on the graph? Well, first I'm going to fill in these numbers. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, and then 5. And then if you notice here, the slope of that line, I go up 1, 2, 3, and then over 1. So I'm looking at here, f of n increases by 3 in the table. And then secondly, the graph has a slope of 3. Now just a reminder, this is an arithmetic sequence. We're repeatedly adding. So looking at here, we have to find our common difference, which I'm just going to call D. Our common difference is 3. And then if you look here, if I'm modeling this with an equation, the first term is 2. So I'm going to call this a sub 1 and say that that is equal to 2. So to write an equation for that, I'm going to write an explicit equation. The general form for an explicit equation, if you know the first term, is y is equal to a sub 1 plus d times n minus 1. So we just substitute in our values. So our equation would become y equals 2 plus, our common difference is 3 times n minus 1. Moving on to our second problem, we have to look at our common difference here. And I notice, again, the graph is linear, so it's going to be arithmetic. And this time my graph is decreasing. You can see a decreasing line. So I'm going down by 2 every time. And if I look at the slope here, I go down 2 and over 1. So here, f of n decreases by 2 in the table. And then here, the slope of the graph is -2. Now we're going to take the directions a step further and write an explicit equation for an arithmetic sequence. Again, we start with the first term. So we have y is equal to a sub 1 plus d times n minus 1. And again, the first term is 13, so we would just write y equals 13 plus. My common difference is decreasing, so instead of plus, I can actually put minus 2 and then times n minus 1.